create the pigs in a blanket recipe. It's an excellent recipe that actually tastes like pigs in a blanket. For this recipe, we'll need soy flour, egg, mayonnaise, hot dog, cold water, and for the seasonings, we'll need black pepper, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and dry mustard. The first step for this recipe is to mix together the soy flour. You can use other flours such as almond flour or hazelnut flour. Just keep in mind that it won't be as a smooth consistency such as soy flour. Fresh eggs. For this recipe, we use whole eggs, which includes the egg yolk and the egg white. We have mayonnaise. I wouldn't recommend substituting other fats such as butter or oil, especially for this recipe because mayonnaise actually helps as a binder in this recipe, believe it or not. So if you were to substitute for a different fat such as butter or oil, it can actually seep out during the baking process, which you definitely don't want. Okay, so we've made the base for our crust. Now we're going to season it. We have black pepper. You only need a pinch of each. We have salt, onion powder, seasoning is very important in keto food because since it's 90% fat, there actually isn't that much flavor included in it already, which is why it is so important to season correctly. The dry mustard is the most important seasoning in this mixture. If you think of hot dogs, automatically mustard goes along with hot dogs. So that's why we actually include it in the crust recipe itself. We'll mix it all together. Okay, so this is our crust right here. As you can see, it's like a thick batter. All right. If it is too thick to the point where you can't really pour it into the muffin mold, you can add a teaspoon of water, which I will do. You want it to be thinner because when you are pouring it into the muffin pan, you don't want it to hold together like it was a second ago because you want it to be able to pour over the hot dog. So as you can see, it's much thinner now, so it's a perfect consistency for our pigs in a blanket crust. All right. I have sprayed a mini muffin pan with nonstick cooking spray. You can also use a silicone mold or a regular size muffin pan is also okay. All right, so we have our hot dog, which is also already weighed in advance. What we're going to do is just press it down so it's face side down, sticking up. We're just going to stick it in the middle of the muffin pan, and then we will pour the crust batter around the hot dog. You want to pour it over top so this way you're covering it, and it'll pour down the sides and cover around it. Traditionally, pigs in a blanket has the hot dog inside of it and it's wrapped in crust. So the reason you pour it on top of the hot dog to let it pour down the sides is so that way when it bakes, the crust is actually completely covering the hot dog and it will mimic a pigs in a blanket. All right, make sure you get all of it. And you also want to evenly distribute the crust batter. If you put more on one of them and then less on the other, they won't bake evenly, so when you place them in the oven, one might finish before the other, which can result in burning, which of course you don't want. All right, so now that we've finished that, we're going to place this in the preheated oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until the top turns a golden brown color. The pigs in the blanket are all finished baking, so now we'll carefully remove them. All right. So I'm actually going to put them on a cutting board. You don't have to do this at home, but I just want to show you what it looks like on the inside. So I'll cut them in half for you. So as you can see, the dough is surrounding the hot dog just as regular pigs in the blanket would be. And there you go. That's our pigs in the blanket recipe. I hope your keto kid enjoys this.
To get the best bread-like texture in the crust, when calculating the individual ingredients, the gram amount of the egg and the gram amount of soy flour should be kept about equal.